Bang, bang, bang. We're here again.
We are back.
We are back another time around the sun.
Yep, we are back in black.
And I am definitely all in black.
Yep, I am not.
I'm blacked out today, baby.
Yep, indeed.
We got some exciting things on the pod. We got some exciting life things. You just went on a hell of a trip.
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't know if I'd call it a hell of a trip. It's definitely a trip.
You know, sometimes we like to embellish on the pod.
Yeah, definitely went on a little house sitting trip and also went to Nashville, so
Yep.
had to visit the 17th house, so.
Dude, Tennessee sounded fun.
Yeah, Tennessee's pretty nice. I like it. It was, it was pretty nice.
And then I got my big old trip. I'm going to China. We'll see if we make it back.
Yep, we'll see if we make it back.
Well, it's one of those things where, you know, they always say, act like you're not going to make it back.
Yeah, that's the best mindset to go in on a journey, a travel.
Dude, this is random, but I haven't told you this. This has actually happened. I told my boss your advice with women.
What's that?
Don't let your girlfriend stop you from
For
finding your wife.
Yeah.
You know, and I framed it as like, yeah, my dad told me this really good advice. And then I said, don't let your girlfriend stop you from finding your wife. And then he just was like, yeah.
Totally
Yeah,
good
I get
advice.
that. He was like, honestly, I think I know what they're trying to get at. Like,
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah, exactly.
And I was just like, dude. But what's the best compliment you've ever received? You know, no segue ever.
I don't know. What's
You
the
know-
best compliment? I don't know. You're funny, I guess.
I do love that.
I don't know if there's one where I'm like, it weighs more. I don't know.
Yeah, I think it's hard to.
Your music's good. Your taste in music is good.
Well, usually the best compliments are something that you're like kind of already proud of, and then somebody points it out, and you're like, hell yeah,
Mm-hmm.
like thank you. Usually for me, it's usually like weight loss stuff, anything involving that. If they're like, oh wow, I can tell you lost some weight, I'm always happy to hear that. And then hair, eyes, I've always thought I have nice little eyes and
Yeah.
usually nice hair.
Yeah, you have nice big eyes.
You got big old eyes, boy.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know if I'd for me at least, weirdly, I don't like put a whole lot of weight into compliments. I also don't put a whole lot of weight into like when people say negative things too. So it's kind of both sides of the spectrum.
Sure.
Where I'm just like, oh, thank you. Yeah, it's not
Just
like,
keep it moving.
yeah, I'm just like, I don't put a lot of weight into when other people give me compliments. I give compliments as well. A lot of like fashion related stuff,
Yep.
I guess. That's also a cool one.
Yeah, I think that's a nice, especially like at work. It's kind of a neutral thing. You're like, oh, it's, if you notice somebody that's got like a haircut or something, you're like, oh, it looks nice.
Mm-hmm.
You know, point it out for a second and then move the fuck on because nobody actually cares.
It's just one of those things, you should compliment people.
Well, dude, imagine if somebody just kept bringing up the same compliment over and over, it started to get creepy.
Yeah, you have really nice hair.
And then like 2 hours later after lunch, be like, wow, you're starting to.
Your hair is just nice.
Can I? Okay. Can I take a picture? I would just want to send this to my friends. Yeah. Okay.
You just like continually get closer until you're like literally right next to their head taking pictures.
Your scalp is like really nice. Like that is a nice scalp. Wow. Hey, this is kind of a weird question, but can I just take a little bit?
Can I have some? Come on.
I feel like I could have some. I feel like you have a lot.
Let me just have a little bit.
Okay, you big-headed bitch. You're not gonna give me your.
Ah, right, you stupid fuck.
You're not gonna give me your stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I usually don't put a lot of weight into compliments I receive.
Sure.
I usually like to be the giver of compliments.
Sure. No, I feel that.
When people are like, "Oh, yeah, you have a nice, whatever," I'm just like, "All right, sweet, thank you."
Dude, I love love the idea. I was thinking of making it dark and twisted and just being like, so you just don't get compliments, eh?
Yeah, so you just don't get compliments. I get it.
Oh, you're more of a giver.
Yeah.
Just kind of hoping that somebody's gonna reciprocate. Never does. You're out there just like, man, you're beautiful today. And they're just like,
Sick.
dope.
Yeah.
Dome.
There's definitely been some people that I give compliments to like that, and they're just like, "Yeah, I know, I'm awesome." I'm like,
That's
"Damn,
dope.
bro, that's." There's two. I think there's two ways to take it. Where it's like, yeah, you should feel good about yourself. In other manners, I'm also kind of like, damn, bro, you like sound a little egotistical.
Dude, their life's a movie, bro.
I guess.
100 miles a minute.
I guess.
You know what the fuck are they gonna do?
Mm-hmm. Well, they don't have paparazzi following them around, so.
Oh my god, dude! This weekend we could not get away from them.
Mm-hmm.
That was terrible.
Yeah.
I don't
it
know.
was
We
fucked
gotta
up.
we gotta stop going to Tennessee, man. We're getting
Yeah.
to be regulars, and that's not good.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm just getting followed around with cameras and shit.
Well, and like it
Type
doesn't
beat.
help when you're doing like multi-million-dollar hands at the fucking Beano.
Yeah. You know. Well, I mean, I basically like get it all for free because I just run covered calls. So.
Well, and then you also have that credit card system where like, you know, you take out some amount of debt and then you get points from there and then it's like a huge circle thing.
Mm-hmm. Well, here's how it goes: is I own like a couple million shares of like different stocks, and then
Yep.
I do covered calls on it on a weekly basis. To basically like, I'm basically finding all the gamblers who are like, yes, this stock is gonna raise up like crazy, and then it doesn't hit,
Yep.
and then they're like, oh shit, so I take their premium, and I basically make like a couple $100,000 a week doing that. So and then I take all that and bring it to the Beano and try to like double it and triple it.
Bring it to the Beano. Yeah, then I triple it, then I call it good.
Yeah, and then I buy a house, so some light.
Yep. Number 18.
Yeah.
I want you to lead. I want you to give me the next segment.
Oh, all right. Well,
on that
being
shit.
that our life is a movie, let's rank some movies.
Let's do it.
Well, I mean, you kind of already know these. That's kind of why
Switch up the order.
I'm gonna throw in. I'm gonna
Throw in a random.
Yeah, I'm
I
gonna
don't
throw in
care.
a random movie.
Yeah, bro, that's more of a template.
All right, cool. Let's see here. Okay. All right. First up, we're gonna go with Sharknado.
Sharknado, man, kind of a funny bad movie. We love funny bad movies here. Ranking 1 to 5, 1 being the best, 5 being the worst.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna give that a solid 4.
Yep.
I think there's definitely better fucking movies.
Yeah, there definitely is. Do you think there's worse?
Than Sharknado? Yeah, absolutely. What's that? The shittiest one? The Human Centipede?
I don't know if it's the shittiest, but
It's gotta be, bro.
I mean, on a literal sense, yeah, on a literal sense, I guess. But
I mean, it's that other than like Indian Superman
yeah,
or Indian Spider-Man.
anything, like, what is it, Bollywood?
Dude, Bolly was brazy with it, man.
Yeah,
Those are some. That's kind of like if you just recorded some shit on your iPhone and you
Yeah.
went to fucking Toys R Us and got a costume.
yeah, for real.
Dude, it's
Super
tough.
low budget.
Yeah.
Next up, we're gonna go You, Me, and Dupree.
You, Me, and Dupree, a little Owen Wilson. Never actually saw the movie, so I'm going to have to rank that at 3.
Yep. Yeah, I don't think I've seen it either, but
Oh, shit.
so I just threw it in there because why not?
Fuck it. Why not? It's probably
Yeah.
in 3.
All right. Next up, we're gonna go World War Z.
I saw it once. I thought it was pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man. Is it going to get better than World War Z? You never know. Because then I can do the extreme or the best, but man, World War Z might be hidden number 1 for me. That on the movies that we currently have, whatever. I'll pin it at 2.
Mm-hmm.
We'll leave 1 and 5.
Feel like it's safe.
Yep.
All right. Next up, we're gonna go with Titanic.
Oh, man. Long ass movie, kind of boring. Put it at 5.
You're gonna put Titanic at 5, below Sharknado.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
I haven't
Interesting.
seen it. Haven't seen it
Interesting.
in
All
a
right.
long time.
All right. Last up, your number 1. We're doing the Smosh movie.
Hell yeah. I'll do that.
The Smosh movie at 1.
Yeah, I'd love putting a comedy. More people should see it. I do think it deserves number 1 for sure.
Yep.
You know, not
100%
to
above Titanic for
not
sure.
to justify my list, but I'm feeling pretty good about it.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, you've got the Smosh movie at 1, Titanic at 2,
Yep.
and then You, Me, and Dupree at
Well,
3.
Titanic's at 5.
What?
2 was World War Z.
Oh, 2 was. Oh yeah, that's right. You put Titanic at 5.
Yep.
Yeah, my bad. You had World War Z at 2.
Yep.
You had You, Me, and Dupree at 3.
Bars.
You, Me, and Dupree at 3.
You, Me, and Dupree at 3.
Sharknado at 4,
Mhm.
and then Titanic at 5.
I don't hate it.
Pretty base list.
I think that you could arguably switch 5 and 1, but
I don't like your list.
I mean,
I think
it's the only thing I'd switch.
World War Z, You, Me, and Dupree. I think those are very good slotted. Yeah, I think Titanic is 1. I'm gonna put Smosh Movie at 4, and then I'm gonna put Sharknado at 5.
Well, dude, to be honest with the actual list itself, hard to rank because I didn't know. I haven't watched 3 of the movies.
Yeah, true.
So I haven't seen the Smosh movie.
I haven't either.
I haven't seen You, Me, and Dupree.
I haven't.
And then there's some other movie that I just straight up haven't seen.
It's Sharknado's one I haven't seen.
Oh, that's the other one I
Yeah.
haven't seen.
I just know it's like comically bad.
Which, honestly, dude, if I'm in the right mood, that could be a banger.
Mm-hmm.
That could be an absolute slapper.
It depends upon what you're looking at it. If you're looking at it in the perspective of like comically bad,
Yep.
it is pretty good in the spectrum of comically bad.
Yes.
If you're solely hate watching it, it's probably halfway decent for a hate watch.
See, and it's multiple purposes,
Yeah.
you know. But
Exactly.
they had a few spin-offs, so you have to imagine that it was good enough to, good enough in the genre that it is.
Well-
Shitty bad movies,
Yeah, I think
shitty funny movies.
weirdly that's kind of like that almost makes it kind of like, I bet financially it's done pretty decent,
Yeah, dude, the budget has to be
pretty low. And
You
then
would
they just
hope.
made a lot of money off of it, I bet.
Yeah, and then they
For-
ran it back.
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure there's a couple Sharknadoes.
Probably.
Yep.
I mean, fuck, man. If we were in Florida and a Sharknado was just like coming off the coast, what are we gonna do?
Yeah, I don't know what you do.
I think you just,
Tornado of shark.
I don't know. I think God, it reminds me of this one terrible video where it's this landslide's happening and then the village witch like runs out in the middle and starts trying to cast a spell.
What?
And then literally, and then some guys on the background recording her be like, "Move, you dumb bitch! You can't stop this!" Like,
the
move,
hell?
get the fuck out of the way! And then the landslide takes her. And I read in the comments that she was fine, but I was like, that's as far as I went. I wasn't about to be like, local witch gets fucking abducted by landslide.
It's fucking wrecked. I don't even know. That sounds wild. I think the witch part is throwing me off because in my mind,
Like a spellcaster.
I want to think like just villager because like local witch, like what?
Like a witch doctor.
Like, so not a witch, but
Yeah, just like somebody who claims they have powers.
yeah.
That type of person.
So a psycho, a crazy
Yeah.
person.
Somebody with too much power
A
on their
local
fucking-
crazy bitch. Local crazy bitch gets abducted by a landslide.
Well,
Ah,
dude.
crazy headline. Wow. No,
Dude.
you're right. I think that gets a lot less clicks.
I love the gets abducted by a landslide.
Gets fucking taken. Gets fucking Liam Neeson.
He's fucking taken. I have a special skill set to stop this landslide.
Yeah.
There's only
Sure,
one
buddy.
thing that I can do.
Damn, it was nice knowing you.
Dude, but when she gets taken, he just goes like, "Oh." And it's like-
Peace.
I mean, literally though.
Yeah.
If you were on the sideline, first of all, what are you gonna do? Like, carry her, like pick her up and try to stop her?
You know,
You're not gonna do shit.
Bill Burr's been saying it for years. Like, they keep trying to eliminate all the stupid people, but we're just like, we won't let them.
We won't let them.
We're
won't
like,
let
no,
them
we have to
go."
save them. It's like, dog, sometimes stupid people just gotta go.
Literally.
Like, shit, what do you want? I mean, you're out here thinking you got powers.
You're out here thinking you got powers. Oh
It's
man,
like, damn, this ain't a movie.
my tummy's rumbling. I think it's time for a lunch draft.
I think it is time for a lunch draft. All right,
You
What
wanna go first?
I'll take one.
Take
I'll take
one?
one.
What's number one, man? It's hard because a dinner and a lunch draft are pretty much the same
yeah,
shit, right?
They're pretty similar.
But think you're at lunch.
Pizza.
God damn, fuck you,
Pizza,
man. That
pizza.
sucks.
Pizza 101.
Ugh, pizza's a great one-on-one.
Yep.
Jeez. Oh my goodness. Oh, so I'm going back to back here.
Mm-hmm. You got two right in a row.
Yep. And I'm just going like my own personal type beat. Because, like, straight up, I've been eating well, not hella hamburgers, but I love a good, like, cheeseburger. So when I say burgers, I'm just going burgers in
Yeah,
general.
yeah.
Smash
Burgers.
burgers, fucking everything, right?
Yeah, you could take all burger.
Yep. So we're going to McDonald's. We're getting a burger. I'm taking burgers. I think it's the only thing I can combat pizza with, because pizza is clear number one, especially in this household.
Yeah, it is pretty goated.
Dude, I've honestly been trying to lose weight. I'm back on the train, and I have cut my pizza intake to basically none.
Yeah, you kind of have to. A lot of like carbohydrates.
Mm-hmm.
Got to cut a lot of carbohydrates.
Oh, dude, pizza's just too good. I
Yeah.
can't stop myself. If I have a pizza, I'm probably eating half the pizza,
Yeah,
and that's a crispy 1,500 calories right there.
depending upon the pizza.
Yep.
Half a pizza is not 1,500 calories. A full pizza is like 1,500.
It depends. Like Domino's, 2,500.
Domino's probably.
And
Yeah,
then, like,
dude.
Toppers, same
Domino
shit.
like getting fast food pizza
Yep.
is horseshit for dieting.
Yep.
It's fucking horseshit
Yep.
for dieting.
Like a Jack's Pizza, a whole pizza is $9.50.
Yeah.
Yep.
Even like you really have to like monitor for having like frozen pizzas
Mm-hmm.
when dieting, just because like you can have like, I would say you could do like 2 meals with like pizza a week. But then like I would argue you get one more like arguable cheat meal through the week. But yeah, pizza's really good but dangerous.
Yeah, my cheat meals have been a hamburger. I went to Outback, got a Bloomin' Burger. Got that deal that I friggin' love, because it's just such a steal of a deal. But my second pick, back to the lunch draft, is sandwiches.
Okay, you're gonna pick sandwiches.
Yeah, I'm
oh,
going
sweet.
all sandwiches.
Thank you, and thank you for. Yeah, I guess sandwiches is a good one. Yeah, 'cause it includes like Subway sandwiches,
Yeah, dude,
Quiznos.
it's super versatile. Super.
yeah.
He's like Quiznos.
No, I just said Quiznos because Quiznos is like not a thing.
There's got to still be one.
There's
Quiznos,
There's a couple that are around, but
right? Because there's still a Blockbuster.
I don't know if there is.
There's like one Blockbuster.
Really?
It's basically like a merch shop.
Yeah,
It's not like
rent a DVD.
it's not fucking Blockbuster.
Yeah,
It's the name of Blockbuster. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
yeah.
It's
Like
probably
a collector type thing.
like a warehouse type beat. You know what I mean? They're probably more like online focused. They're probably just literally just like the last Blockbuster that has the branding, and they just sell shirts.
It's almost like a
shit.
museum.
Yeah, I could see that too.
Yeah.
Like
Being
they
a-
just stopped buying DVDs at one
Yeah.
point, and they were like, "This is
It's,
it."
like, it's a tourist attraction.
Jesus Christ, it's a Black Mirror thing.
Yeah. Easy pick number 2, tacos.
Banger. Yep.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Slapper.
pick tacos, and then I'm gonna loop back around with hot dogs.
Oh wow. Oh
Yeah.
wow. I did not expect you to take hot dogs.
Yep.
Holy smokes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm gonna take hot
Wow.
dogs. So I have tacos, hot dog, pizza.
Hot dog is such a surprising choice for you.
Dude, hot dogs are bang.
Hot dogs are bang.
Yep,
Hot dogs are bang.
hot dogs are bang.
Okay. Well, fucking A. And when you say it like that, I'm gonna have to give it to you.
Uh-huh.
I'm going back to back here. We're going chicken sandwich.
Nice.
Yep, we're going the Popeyes Chick-fil-A route. Freaking banger lunch idea.
Mm-hmm.
And then we're going sushi.
Nice.
Yeah,
There you go.
I love sushi every now and again. Not too bad for you either. Chicken sandwich, love a good chicken sandwich as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's good.
Where are you cracking?
Yeah, I've got 2 more picks here, so I got my last 2 picks
Yup.
right here. I have hot dog, taco, pizza.
Sounded like it was one thing.
Yeah, I got the hot dog taco pizza.
I got a hot dog taco pizza. Okay.
Yeah.
Fuck, that'd be terrible.
Yeah, it'd be interesting. Yeah, it would definitely be interesting.
You could make it work. If you took components from each and made it into a thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like the bun is like just the hot dog. You know, the ground beef is the taco part, and then pizza is just cheese on it.
Mm-hmm.
It could work.
Mm-hmm. Alrighty, here. I'm going to take... This is kind of a tough one here.
You got
Because
two.
I have a couple ideas here, and they might be
Okay.
a little outside the box.
Sure.
Because one I'm thinking is like a brunch related item, like a breakfast for lunch item. So,
Okay.
and I'm kind of like debating. It's almost kind of like what it honestly is more like what breakfast item do I want, or like what breakfast type of food.
Yeah, you can extend it all the way to there. Sure.
So
Why not?
I think I'm gonna do pancakes. I'm gonna do pancakes.
What the fuck?
Yep, I'm
Crazy.
gonna take pancakes as a lunch food, having like a brunch.
Interesting.
Yep.
Okay.
So we're gonna take that as lunch food number 4, and then last pick. I'm just trying to think of like foods that I have, but maybe don't like always consistently have.
That's what I was thinking.
And I'm thinking around like Can I take? I mean, I know you took chicken sandwich. Can I take like a chicken nugget? Can I
Sure.
take chicken
Yeah,
nuggets.
go ahead.
I'm gonna go take chicken nuggets
Yeah, fuck it.
I feel like that's a sleeper number 5.
I think that you could even broadly say chicken tenders.
Yeah.
Chicken tenders.
Chicken nuggets,
and-
chicken nuggets / chicken tenders, or
Sure.
yeah, chicken nuggets / chicken tenders.
I think it's a banger.
It's 5.
That's a great round out.
Yeah.
That is really good. Man, where am I going? Since we're both kind of biting each other's shit, then I'm probably gonna end it with burrito
Yeah. Yeah. Totally. Yeah,
You know
that's a
what I
good one.
mean?
Yeah, 100%.
because tacos, burritos, you could argue. But like quesadillas, burritos, tacos, they're all kind of their own separate thing. It's kind of like how calzone was an option. The only place that we didn't really go, there's 2 places we could have gone: Asian or Indian, like a curry or a buttered chicken.
Mm-hmm.
I just truthfully don't eat it that much for lunch. It's more of a dinner type beat for me.
Mm-hmm.
And then the Asian, I was thinking like a pad thai
Yeah. Yeah.
or like some type of ramen.
Yeah, I could get behind like a ramen for lunch.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I'm just not as maybe another one that we missed was like pastas. I'm thinking a lot.
Yeah.
I'm thinking American cuisine mainly
I was
because
just kinda
we're
thinking, what do
very
I-
American. You know, we're in America, so
Bars.
you know makes a lot of sense.
True.
So it's very obviously geographical based because like there's definitely a lot of these I think fit pretty well. Sushi I think fits really well for like foreign cuisine. That's lunch. Ramen as well.
Mm-hmm.
Pad Thai is a little bit more out there for me. I'm not even the biggest Pad Thai fan myself,
Sure.
but I do love a good ramen. So
Yeah. Yeah, some type of noodle dish is probably what I think both of our lists are kind of missing. Yeah,
But-
even spaghetti meatballs.
yeah, but yeah, you guys will have to let us know who won.
Let us know who won the lunch draft.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I think changing it to brunch is wild.
Yeah, adding in brunch because I was like, well, you know what? I do like having breakfast foods for lunch.
Yeah.
So like adding in some pancakes in there is, nice.
Yeah, I don't think it's that crazy. So this is the Would You Rather Hard edition. These are kind of a little more thought-provoking. I want it to be a little more even. They're kind of a longer prompt, so hopefully we can jump off. But if we freaking think they're lame, just move it on.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So would you rather
Gotcha.
live in a utopian society where everything is perfect, but you have no personal freedom? Or a dystopian society where you have total freedom, but life is filled with hardship and struggle?
I mean, I don't want to be the hole poking guy, but I guess I'm gonna be. I don't think that either of these describe a utopian society or a dystopian society because they just kind of like how is it a utopia? Because the idea of a utopian society is where everything is really good.
Yep.
And the idea of a dystopian society is where everything is really bad. So maybe I'm just going to remove the word utopian and dystopian. I'm just going to say, would you rather live in a society where everything is perfect but you have no personal freedom, or a society where you have total freedom?
Sure.
But which one would I rather live in? I guess everything is perfect but you have no personal freedom. See,
Yeah.
I don't think that's a thing. I'm going to choose the second one. Total freedom, but life is filled with hardship and struggle, because that kind of is already where we maybe kind of currently are at,
Yeah.
you know. And there's, I don't know, I feel like it could be a thing where, like, you know, there could be some positives that you're able to see in that, but not being able to have like personal freedom sounds really wild. Cause like, I feel like that's part of a perfect, like, quote unquote perfect, is you do also have personal freedom.
So
But
the way that I kind
they're-
of frame the question, right,
Mm-hmm.
is imagine like everything's perfect, but the reason it's perfect is because you don't have like personal choices. Like the society is perfect, but it's because everyone is working in unison, right? Like you at basically birth are assigned, you are a cook. You are a very good cook. That's what you do. You like doing it, but you can't ever not be a cook.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how the society works. Is they basically place a role, you don't get to decide. And then dystopian is like kind of more, I guess you could argue, where we are now. Where it's like, obviously I'm thinking more Mad Max.
Mm-hmm.
Where it's like, yes, life kind of sucks, but at least you get to do whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah, I think for me it's a pretty easy second pick, because here's the reason. Who's the person that's picking what everyone is picking in the quote unquote perfect society?
Let's just call it an algorithm, not even a person.
Yeah, like whatever the thing is, that I just see a lot of loopholes in that scenario.
Sure, I mean, we could make a movie out of it.
Because
Why
like
not?
yeah, pretty much.
You know, it's
just
a great
because
setup
like,
to a movie.
Yeah, it is a good setup to a movie. And the reason I say that, because like there is this like idea of like you're getting selected to do something before
Sure.
you even have the maybe if it was a little bit more open, to be like, all right, you get 5 things you get to choose. These are the 5 things you get to do.
See, but then I guess that's the whole point of it, though, is to not allow the choice.
Right. Well, and that's kind of where it's like, well, I'm a human, I'm not a robot.
Exactly.
So unless they program my robot brain, then unless they change the way my brain works, I can't pick that option.
I know. It's very hard, I'd say, just as a human, well, maybe a functional human,
Yeah.
to pick the first one,
Yeah.
because the idea of not having personal choice is just so out of line with how everything works.
Yeah. So yeah, for me, it's honestly, I don't even think it's close. I'm gonna pick the second one.
Yeah, I fuck with I don't know, I can understand both, but I definitely think I'm more I'll deal with the hardships and struggles as long as I get my personal freedom.
Mm-hmm.
This is America.
Yeah, I think it's kind of like it. You know, it depends upon what the hardship and struggle is. There's a lot of unanswered questions that are even within this, where it's like, all right, well, what kind of hardships and struggles are we dealing with? You know.
Yep.
So, yeah, I think just based on the information we're given, I'm taking the second. So.
Sure.
Cool. Let's hop on to the next one. Would you rather always have the perfect answer to every question, but no one listens, or you never have the right answer, but everyone listens to you when you speak?
See, the problem with the first one is no one. Like, it has to be just small. It has to be like one person. Because no one, 0 people. But like, God, that would be so frustrating if you had the right answer, and then like, even if it was a small group, I think that might actually make it worse. If like 2 people believed you, but like 200,000 people didn't. Oh, but never having the right answer would be fucking shitty.
Yeah, it is kind of like it is very complex. I'm leaning more towards
I rather know I'm right. That's where I'm going. I'm going number 1.
I'm leaning more towards the second, honestly.
Bars.
Because, I mean, there's still definitely a lot of ways to monetize that. If everyone's fucking listening to you for whatever reason, it like at that point you just make a dumb podcast.
Hell
you just
yeah.
you just say stupid shit.
Yeah, look at JRE. Look at him go.
Yeah.
He's cooking, bro. He's already doing this.
For real. Like, yeah, you don't need to be right, like, ever, honestly. If everyone's listening, I mean, shit. All right, let's monetize this bitch. Let's add some ads in.
Yeah, I like the thinking.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm definitely going the second option.
That's 5D, bro. I'm
Yeah.
I'm gonna hold strong at number one just because I like the idea of, at least knowing the right answer.
Like, you know that you're right.
Yeah, because like that, at least I could go to bed.
Yeah, there's
But,
solace
like,
in it.
Dude, could you imagine every decision you make is wrong? Like, fuck. That'd
Yeah.
be tough.
Well, I mean, it doesn't necessarily say every decision you make. It says you never have the right answer. Which there's levels to that, right?
Right? You're in
Because-
a police interrogation.
Because there's like, okay, you never have the right answer. All right, fine. You're on a test. You always answer like the wrong question.
You're getting zeros.
You're getting zeros, but like everyone's fucking listening for some reason. Everyone's like, all right, yeah, I like what this motherfucker's doing.
Bro, you could be the guy known as like just do anything the opposite of what he says.
Basically,
And you'd always be right.
yeah.
Just don't do what he says.
Yeah, it's true. Well, there's also like there's a spectrum to that too, because it's like it's not always so like black and white of like yes or no, but it's kind of like, oh yeah, well I guess instead of putting your bagel in the microwave or in the toaster, you put it in the microwave, which isn't technically wrong, but it might not be the most optimal way to do it.
True.
Or like you throw it in the oven, hopefully not for too long, but.
Yeah. I mean, fuck, man. There's a lot of ways to do it.
So, yeah, it's kind of like a little bit of a scale thing. So,
So a little differing of opinion.
Mhm.
Never hurt anyone. Would you rather always live in one place you love, but have no ability to travel, or constantly traveling, but never finding a place that feels like home?
That's really tough.
Yep.
You know what? I'm gonna live in the one place that I love, but you never can travel because you could choose just a really cool place right off rip.
Yep.
So, because I mean, like if you're constantly traveling, that would get fucking exhausting.
Yeah, it'd be a very transient life. I just don't live that. Oh, it'd be hard to really maintain friendships, relationships if you're just constantly on the move.
Mm-hmm.
But man, no traveling is tough. See, I think these are good would you rathers because at least you can't just immediately be like, that one.
Mm-hmm.
For sure. I don't hate either of them, but I do think honestly the first one's a little bit easier because it's almost kind of the blissful ignorance. Like you love the place, maybe it's not the best, but like if you only know that, like it's not that bad.
Yeah, the part where it starts to become really bad is if you start like watching the Travel Channel a lot or some shit like that.
Yeah, then you'd almost feel trapped.
Yeah.
Because
like think about it in like, I don't know. I'm just thinking of like before like information was so readily available to people.
Yep.
Where it's like you didn't really know what other societies did.
Mm-hmm.
So like you just kind of were like in your own little, I guess like kind of world.
Yep.
Where your location, you're bound by that location.
Yep.
You don't know as much about other countries, other societies, things like that. So part of that is like, there was a time where it's not, the first part was like the normal, where people are like, they're always in one place.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah, I totally agree.
So.
We're in agreement on that one.
Cool. Would you rather sacrifice your happiness for the people you love or sacrifice the people you love for your own happiness? That sounds... I don't know if it's just because of the question. It sounds like it'd be dark. I think it's just sacrifice the people you love.
Yeah.
I would you rather sacrifice them to demons?
Yeah, well, I think it's more or less just kind of like, would you fucking throw them under the bus?
I once again, and I think a lot of this is just based on how the question is asked.
Yeah.
Where like there's a lot of different ways you could think about it. Especially like it sounds really fucked up to sacrifice your own happiness for the people you love.
Right?
And then also sacrificing the people you love for your own happiness sounds really weird too. It's a lot of the phrasing in the question itself. I think in my opinion, a better way to say it would be like, would you rather like give up your happiness
Yep.
maybe.
Sure.
But I think it's kind of, in some way, that's kind of saying the same thing. Or, because, I mean, like, it's very black and white, where it's like 100%. I don't know what I would rather. I don't know what I would rather do. This one's tough because, like, it's just is really like either way. I think I'm gonna pick the first one, weirdly, because, like, at some point it comes to a thing where, like, if you're only like giving a fuck about like your own happiness,
Yeah.
it's like, how is that like defined? I guess.
Dude,
What is that? Because, like, weirdly, I don't think this one is like the best, and once again, probably just being the hole poker, where I'm just like, okay, like being the peanut injector into the hole.
Yeah, bro. This guy looks at a question. He's like, "Fuck no."
But I'm just like thinking, because like some people do derive a lot of their happiness in like spending time with their loved ones, spending time with family, and things like that. But there's also on the other side of the spectrum where I think I fall a little bit more, where I find a lot of happiness and pride in like my passion projects.
Yeah.
More than spending time with all of my like family.
Sure.
Where I lean a little bit more on that side of things. And then I do still like spending time with family. I just don't like doing it all the time.
Yeah, man. I think there's a balance. You gotta strike a balance.
Yeah.
One going all the way of either of these extremes is just insane.
Yeah. I'm going to pick, if I had to pick one, weirdly, I'm going to pick the first one. Just because I don't think there's like you'll definitely be happier in that scenario where you are like constantly with people that you love and care about versus like you're just with no one and you have like, you know, your own set of happiness, I guess, whatever that's defined by, I guess.
Yeah, I'm kind of almost in the boat of like, this is like a psychopath question, right?
Mm-hmm.
Where it's kind of like, hey, either are you a psychopath and you want to like sacrifice your relationships for your own happiness, or are you just a submissive person where you give up all of your happiness for everyone around you?
Mm-hmm.
And truthfully, I think this is why it's kind of a thought-provoking question, is like, in reality, it's both.
Yeah.
In situations, you're doing one or the other.
Yeah.
You know, you're never going all the way to one side or all the way to the other and like extrapolating that to every situation in your life.
Mm-hmm.
So it's hard. It's just a
True.
hard question to even think about of which one would you actually do. But I'm probably going with sacrificing for the people around me. I think you would just get more out of it.
Mm-hmm.
But man, it's hard to say because you are quite literally just saying that you're not going to be happy, but everyone around you will be, which is kind of fucking bullshit.
Exactly. I think there just isn't a world where that happens.
Exactly.
Where like you're just completely 100% miserable all the time.
Well, and then you would imagine your friends would be like, hey, we notice you're bending over backwards for us. We love you. We don't want you to do that.
Yeah.
You know?
Right?
Like, you're making us feel bad.
Yeah. You'd like to think.
Yeah. Oh, my God. That guy left his tape measure out here.
Yeah. He left it out.
Oh, son of a bitch.
The Pinar man.
The Pinar man.
Yeah. Did I ask that one or did you?
I think you did.
Yeah.
Would you rather know how you're going to die, but not when? Or know when you're going to die, but not how?
Second.
So
Clears.
you'd like to know when?
Clears. Absolutely clears. Yeah, I want to know. I'm totally... When is way, like... I feel like is a bit more important than how.
Yeah.
Because, I mean... I don't know. I guess there would also be, like, the anticipation of it. You know, you're like... It's like, yeah, it's going to happen in, like, 5 days.
Dude,
but also, like, 50 years. Weirdly, I'd want to, like, also kind of, like, forget it.
I know, right?
Because I'd be like, fuck, I always know. What?
Mm-hmm.
But then, like, if you always know how you're going to die, you just never end up doing that thing.
Oh, dude.
But yeah, if you had, like, a heart attack in that scenario, it probably would, like, suck. Like, because you would just know to avoid, like, foods, I guess. But you know, like, you couldn't really, like, determine what exactly is causing the heart attack.
Well, and I just don't think that either way, if you know, you shouldn't be able to prevent it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Because, like, say you get the death thing and it's like you're going to get a heart attack. First of all, you don't know when,
Yeah.
which would just kind of suck. And, man, I think it is pretty clearly that I'd like to know, like, when.
Mm-hmm.
Because the how doesn't actually, it's not super relevant.
Mm-hmm.
The only time it's relevant is if it's, like, horrendous and it's like you're stabbed to death 107 times.
Mm-hmm.
And then it would be like, holy fuck, I'm going to get stabbed to death.
Yeah, that's fucked up.
Yeah, and then it just kind of ruins the rest of your life anyhow.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's pretty clear that you just want
Yeah.
the win.
Yeah, the when is a lot better, in my opinion. So, yeah, I think that's pretty easy.
Yep. Speaking of being easy, that was the pod.
That was the episode. That was everything. That was the Tingus. That was the Pingus. We did a lunch draft. We talked about some crazy would you rathers.
Movie draft.
We did the movie draft.
Talked about the best compliments you ever received. You said you don't give a fuck when people say anything about you.
I'm
And
just kind of indifferent about it. I don't know. Just kind of
Yeah.
like, thank you. Thanks for the
Thank you.
compliment. And then I try to give one back.
dude, imagine, just bring it to the dark zone, right? Or it's just like, you're just like, no.
No.
You're
No.
like, your hair looks nice today. You're like, no, it doesn't.
No, stop it.
Stop lying to me.
Yeah, I don't know why you're lying, but
No,
Okay.
actually, I hate you.
actually, fuck you.
All right. Obliterate.
All right.
Avada Kedavra.
Yep. Let's cast a spell. Cast a spell on the podcast.
Yeah.
Yep.
We finally hexed the podcast, boys.
Yep, we did it. All right. Well, yeah. Make sure to check us out on all the platforms. We're on YouTube. We're on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook. We're on all of the streaming platforms like Spotify, Apple Podcasts. So make sure to check us out on all those. Subscribe, do all the fun stuff, follow. And hopefully we'll see you in the next one.
See ya.
Peace.
Peace.